Hey, this is Big Papa Pump Scott's Diner.
Yes, it is me, Gerald the Poupée.
Hey, this is Joe Gatto.
Well, hello there. It's me, Harold the Puppet.
This is Eric Young.
This is Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Ardano, and you are listening to Shootin' Poop.
The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for hanging with us through the shenanigans. That was the 50th episode, the 1 year, 2 knee surgeries, and 3 rehabs later. Spectacular that was the Shootin' Sh anniversary show. This is the follow-up. Hopefully, we bring some kind of fire to it. Episode 51, guys. We're going to go on a little bit of this crazy-ass weekend of wrestling that we have here with NXT, WWE, AEW. Hell, we might throw in some GCW. We might throw in some BLP. We might throw in some Effie's Big Gay Brunch. Who knows? Everything's going on this weekend. Thank you for being here. Let's go. All right, gentlemen. It's all out weekend.
Fuck yeah.
There we go. That means all of these wrestling promotions are about to descend upon the second city that is Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago.
Greatest wrestling town in the universe, Chicago, Illinois? It's up there.
It's
up
definitely
there.
in the top 5.
I'll give it a top 5 push.
I would say, and I'm from not too far from Chicago. I'm probably about maybe 45 minutes west of Chicago, so I'm fairly close. I would definitely say in the U.S., I think Chicago is number 1.
Ooh. Outside of the U.S., what are you thinking?
We gonna fucking start fighting already, dude? It's 2.5 minutes into this shit show.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, Philadelphia. Let Chicago talk.
What the fuck?
No, I always feel like it's just anytime these shows come to town, it seems like Chicago crowds are always rocking, ready to go, always having a good time and stuff. And I mean, it may be a bit biased, whatever, but
You don't say. You don't fucking say. Really? A Chicago crowd? Oh, they're a bit raucous. Oh yeah, that's cool. I met the Eagles mascot through the 80s and 90s, Bird Brain, and have heard his stories about how he was lit on fire, how he was thrown off the fucking top level at the vet stadium that we used to have here. And this is by fucking Eagles fans, not anyone else. This is Eagles fans.
Stay classy, Philadelphia.
Stay classy.
Yeah. Hey, you can say stay classy all you want, because there's a lot of other fucking fan bases that are way worse than Philadelphia, but we always get the fucking hate on it.
Well, you guys did pelt Santa Claus.
Hey, go to a fucking Dodgers game and see if you come out alive. So, fuck y'all, okay? Because
I never said Philly was bad. I just.
Oh, I did. I call it Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, I know he does, because he's from Texas, and it's almost that time of year where Jovan and I hate each other for the next 6 months. But
it could be a great half a year.
It is what it is. It's gonna happen.
The division's gonna come down to 2 teams, and it might be us.
I mean, episode 51, we might as well start this fucking war off right now of what's gonna happen. So we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see if the hurting Eagles could do something this year. Anyway,
Motherfucker.
so we've got the second city, clearly a top 5.
Yeah, fuck Chicago. No, I'm kidding.
Wrestling
I love Chicago. It is a top 5. It's not the best. It's a
And
top 5.
There
What would
is
you
something.
say is the best?
What the
Yeah,
fuck do you think I'm going to say is the best?
Brooklyn.
The home of motherfucking ECW. The fucking home of the original CZW.
Who are coming back for one show.
In my opinion, the second home of Ring of Honor.
Baltimore?
No, Baltimore will be the home, I would say, of Ring of Honor.
And he's calling me a homer?
Yeah, I'm calling you a lot of things, you asshole. Listen, the show's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows here. Chicago gets an unhealthy amount of events. Chicago is this fucking spoiled fucking like middle child. No, the spoiled third child, the last one, the baby of the family. Chicago gets everything dumped in their fucking dirty ass laps because fucking Daddy Khan's gonna fucking we're gonna go to Chicago again. No shit, Sherlock. You're in Chicago every 3 fucking weeks for something. Get the fuck off of it.
Boy, he sounds
I've said this before.
He sounds like a bride that got left at the altar or jilted or something.
I've said this before. This isn't the first time I made this point. Tony Khan wants to fucking give a Blumpkin to the city of Chicago on a monthly basis.
A what? A what?
A Blumpkin. Fucking Google that. You'll
yeah.
Later. Anyway, that's what he wants to do to the city of Chicago. So
Don't
Chicago
do it right
gets
now.
That's what I'm doing.
So Chicago, to me, Chicago just has the best Coke in the entire country, in my opinion.
Oh, Lord.
That's why AEW is there every fucking feud.
He just did it.
I'm not going to even say what it is.
Oh, come on.
I need to look it up in a second.
You're our trivia machine. You're the one who gives us all the answers. How about you tell the fans out there what a Blumpkin is?
I'm pleading
Hold on.
the fifth on that one.
Mom, cover your ears. Go ahead.
I'm pleading the fifth on that one.
You're a bitch.
Wow.
You big bitch. What are you doing?
I just read it too. Jesus.
Fuck
Jesus Christ.
If you really want to know what that means, go look it up yourselves.
Yeah. Oh, we are not a family-friendly show already on the episode 51.
We're not that bad, though.
We could be way worse.
Anyways, let me go ahead and just say that my beautiful state and city here, Dallas, Texas, is not a wrestling city anymore. Since WCCW and the Von Erichs kind of collapsed over here, we haven't been.
Back in the day, I will say Dallas would definitely be in the top 5 back in the territory days.
Oh, back in the territory days, yes. Now, no. Fortunately, we've kind of lost it in. It sucks. I yearn for the days of the Sportatorium and, the popularity that wrestling had here. Hopefully one day we can maybe get back to that. But I think for me, there's something special about Chicago. Chicago is always getting the big events. But Philly, man, Philly's known as that ruckus crowd. That night after Mania crowd kind of became synonymous with Philadelphia. So I see both towns, man. They're up there. I don't really know who could round out outside of that. I mean, the Garden is the Garden. You've got places.
You still got to put New York up there as well, too.
Yeah, the Madison Square Garden is always going to be big in wrestling, and it's just certain places. But Philly and Chicago definitely the top 2 that I could think of right off the bat for wrestling towns. But anyway, fantastic, good way to segue into a bunch of wrestling this weekend. So where do we want to start, guys? Do we want to hit on Dynamite from this past week before we get into everything that's going on this week?
Yeah, why not?
Jon Moxley opens up AEW with a killer promo in an open contract for anyone, anywhere. May have been one of the best promos I've ever seen cut on literally nobody. Thoughts?
You know what? I think he basically came out and spoke the truth and, said that he it's the proverbial. No one thought I would, win. Nobody gave him a chance, and he went out. Not only, he basically said, not only did I go out and win, I beat your boy in 3 minutes. He's like, I still had 57 minutes left in me and stuff. And I just, he got the point home and stuff. And being actually in the crowd, there were some Mox fans, and stuff, but the crowd was definitely pro Punk. But yeah, like I said, that was a fire promo to start off the show.
Mid.
Oh, come on, man.
Nah, I'm kidding. It was pretty good. But it's what you kind of expect from Mox. So it wasn't anything like really like, oh wow, this is so fucking great and new and fresh. Like it was kind of like, I expected.
It was a Moxie promo.
Yeah, it was a pretty solid Moxie promo. I had no issues with it. I thought it was good, but nothing that really caught me. What really got me was the rebuttal to said promo.
Go for it. Rebuttal. CM Punk later in the night.
Punk comes out and starts cutting a very average ho-hum.
Almost like he was going to retire promo.
Maybe I don't have it anymore. Maybe coming back was a mistake type thing. Enter Ace Steel, who absolutely fucking tore it up, dropped an F word on live TV. I'm about it. What's up? That's cool.
I got to meet him before the show started. Very cool, dude.
Yeah, I saw the picture, which is cool. Yeah. Fuck, like it was good. Like I love where Ace was going, slapping the shit out of Punk. You're in Chicago, motherfucker. Let's go. And
he basically pulled a Mickey.
Yeah,
all you Rocky fans out there. He basically was Mickey.
He did.
Come on, Rocky, you bum.
Yeah. And lit a fire under Punk's ass. Punk's in Chicago. I expected no less than a fucking super hardcore pro Chicago, promo from him. And I'm going to say it, like, honestly, it's top 3 Punk promos of all time for that. Obviously, the pipe bomb's up there because that's something that stands out and will always stand out in history. The first dance promo has to be in there, top 3, because 7 years away from wrestling is a long time.
It is.
And what he said that night was very impactful, very emotional, like very real. It was raw. It was real. Like, I know I hurt some of you, but you have to understand I wasn't going to get better staying in the place that would make me sick. Like that shit was really good.
Oh yeah.
But this one, just on the fact they were in Chicago and Punk, as much as, that crowd was into Mox at the beginning, I'll give him that. Man, Punk was like, you're in my town. Fuck do you think you're doing? We were in Ohio last week. We're in Chicago now. So he just took over and fucking laid it out. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. Highlight of the night.
Yeah, you get Piper in Portland, Punk in Chicago. DDJ, you're from Chicago. You were at that show, man. How did it come off with the people?
Dude, when Punk went into the crowd, everybody started going nuts. I mean, then he went up in that one section, and I'm sure those people that paid the money for that weren't expecting what they got, but it was really cool for him to go in the crowd. It definitely added something to it. And then, of course, you have, someone looking like they were offering up their little baby to Punk.
I don't know if they wanted the baby to get christened or if they're like, take my child.
I hope it wasn't the latter.
Bless this child.
Bless my child, please.
But no, it was definitely it got the crowd going, and definitely there was a buzz in the crowd and stuff. And I mean, it's the only complaint I have about this being the setup for the the main event is that I wish this story would have had a little bit more time, because I just feel like it was all rushed and put together, which is my biggest complaint about this whole thing. But like that promo though, I mean, I didn't know how they were going to kind of make Punk look like, a legitimate challenger after basically being squashed in 3 minutes. But I mean, that promo, in my opinion, did that, and it definitely made him more viable and more believable. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see him, win the title back to get the hometown, the feel good, whatever you want to call it and stuff. But and we'll talk about that later. But yeah, no, it definitely was, it was a great setup to the match. I just wish that, we've had a little bit more time to, to put a little bit more into it.
Let it marinate a little bit more.
Yeah.
Talking about setup and letting things marinate for All Out, which this episode of Dynamite last week really did. It had a lot of video packages on Dynamite.
Yeah.
A lot of build for All Out, which is good for a show that we said was lacking build. Kind of felt thrown together. At least they gave us some build. One of the big matches that had a good build to it was the women's tag team match in the first hour of the show, nonetheless.
Yes.
Kind of putting it in a little bit of a spotlight. Toni Storm,
Shida.
Hikaru Shida going against Britt Baker, DMD, and Jamie Hayter. Please call me. What a match, guys! What did y'all think about what seemed to be the highlight of the first hour?
I liked it. I mean, it was a good way. Everybody went into that match looking good. I think it was a great way to build the match for the interim women's championship. I mean, we didn't realize that, a couple weeks ago that Thunder Rosa was announced that she was going to be out and they were going to go this route because the match was originally supposed to be Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm for the title in a rematch from Forbidden Door. But it's going to be nice.
Allegedly was supposed to go over.
Right. So it'll be a nice way to kind of see some, some other, women featured. And again, we'll talk about this later when we preview the show, but I thought it was a very good match. And my buddy, Brandon, who was sitting in front of me, was basically saying, that this match is a showcase of really how far the women's division has come since its inception. I mean, it's still got some ways to go. I still feel like, when it comes to the women's divisions and amongst all the promotions, I still think Impact is number one. But AEW's has improved. It's still got a little ways to go, but it's getting there. But no, it made me excited for the Fatal 4-Way.
Joey K.
It's all right.
Damn.
I'm still not a big fan of Toni Storm. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Kind of brought it down for me.
Yeah, and you said it a couple of weeks ago that hip, thrust doesn't really have as much hip as it used to, so it doesn't, have the same hits.
Not at all. No, the biggest problem though is, and like that's, DJ said, your friend said that it's a showcase of the top women in AEW, which is cool, but there's still that significant drop off after you take them out. I mean, you moved a couple people off besides them. You take away Thunder Rosa from that mix. You take away Serena Deeb from that mix, and it's a big fucking drop off. So to me, it is a good showcase, but at the same time, it also highlights a very, very negative aspect that their women's division is still here, and there's nothing in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. And to me, I'm old school. I'm an old school wrestling guy. Like, I know DJ is big in the old school stuff. Joey K, I know you're there. On a go-home show, when you have a big 4-way and it seems like it's split down, heels and faces, the go-home show, the heels have to take that match to kind of give a little heat to the match of the 4-way.
Correct. Especially when one of those heels is pretty much the favorite of that match too.
Yeah.
So that was another aspect of the match that I was a little lost on, booking wise.
I would have loved the swerve. I saw it being perfectly built up for Jamie Hayter to get the win. And that kind of have like this rift between Hayter and DMD going into the final, because we're going into a match where two people are on the same side. So how are you going to have a fatal 4-way when two people are on the same group? Doesn't make any sense. But you add in a little jealousy or a little something from the match before. Now you have yourself a match, but it's not the direction they took it.
No.
All right. Moving on from the ladies. I don't want to get to the main event yet.
Well, we got to get there quick because we're about 20 minutes in and we got about 87 fucking matches to review here.
Oh, hell,
and
I
half
forgot
of
we're
them I
doing all
don't
the
give two
shows.
flying fucks about. So we can actually just.
Let's shoot two with the United Empire.
Yeah.
Ospreay, Aussie Open,
Man.
going against the Elite, the Young Bucks, and Kenny by God Omega. I loved it, gentlemen. What are y'all saying?
I absolutely loved it. I thought that match was even better than the one that we got with the United Empire versus Death Triangle the week before. And I believe that was a 5-star match. I would be shocked if this match is rated anything less than 5 stars. It and everybody got time. Ospreay got featured. I mean, that when he reversed that Snapdragon attempt and basically landed on his feet, I was just blown away by that, and that really got the crowd going. I mean, Aussie Open really got a nice showcase. Obviously, the Bucks and Kenny were going to get their time as well too. Kenny looked, a little bit better this time than he did 2 weeks ago in his first match and stuff. The one thing, and I remember saying this to my buddy after this match, is I said we better get Omega versus Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom next year. I just, because to me that and I think we will, because I think that laid the foundation, and it's something for you guys who weren't at the arena after they went off the air. Aussie Open actually attacked Kenny Omega and the Bucks, and they had a little bit of a brawl afterwards that went back and forth for a few minutes and stuff. So it was, and Will Ospreay basically said, "This ain't over." So that was pretty cool. But yeah, being there for that live, that was just amazing. It was nonstop action. I mean, we knew when they went with the main event, it was about 9:30 Joey Case time. And so we knew it was going to go a while. And man, everybody was on the edge of their seats for that, from start to finish.
That match was great. Kenny looked so much better in that match than he did in his last match.
Right.
I mean, like night and day difference better. And I was like, oh, thank God. Like if we
took the shirt off.
Yeah, it took the shirt off finally, which is just very fucking awkward. But
okay, actually, so a question, maybe one of you guys could answer this, because my wife and I were actually talking about this last night, because I caught the tail end of the show on the West Coast TBS feed when I got home, and Kenny had those like dots on his back or whatever. Do either of you guys know what that's for? Because we were discussing this and we couldn't quite figure it out.
That's cupping.
What does that do?
So it's an ancient Chinese art. Cupping is where they use these little things that are like light bulbs, basically. And so it's kind of like an acupuncture meets crazy wizardry shit. They'll put a needle in specific places that's supposed to generate, that's supposed to help your bones or your muscles regenerate. So they'll poke you with this needle, which gets that reaction from your skin. But then they'll also get that cup and place it over that acupuncture needle, and they'll light that thing on fire, which the fire brings the skin up, and it's supposed to draw blood into it. And that blood is supposed to just like sit there and then come back down when they remove it. So it's making your body recirculate the blood in a specific place that, according to like acupuncture, is going to get the body to start regenerating itself better.
So it's basically something that a lot of people, because I've seen it with a lot of athletes and stuff, that it's just used for like when they're healing from an injury or something.
Yeah, it's maintenance and recovery.
Okay, cool. That's what we kind of thought, but we weren't 100% sure. So that actually, once we're done, I have to go upstairs and tell my my wife about that and stuff.
So, have you seen the Karate Kid back in the 80s?
Of course.
All right, Miyagi's.
Oh yes.
When he does that over the leg, well, then the new one with Jaden Smith, Jackie Chan does the cups.
Oh wow. Okay. That's yeah. I'll have to. now that you mention it, I do remember seeing that. Okay, that's a really good comparison. So.
All right. Dude, definitely 5-star match.
Absolutely.
I loved how Ospreay was playing against Kenny Omega the whole match, kind of teasing like he was going to hit a damn V trigger. Some of the escapes and callbacks from some of the previous matches that the Bucks and Ospreay had, like their PWG spot was the one where he reverses the Meltzer driver.
Yes.
And he did it with Aussie Open. That was a callback to one of their matches from like 2018. So it's just beautiful storytelling with some of the best in the world.
Now, not the only 5-star match of the night, though.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah. You guys, how do you guys not know what I'm going to say next?
Go ahead.
You can say anything. You're capable of saying anything. So
the 4-way match with Yuta,
yes,
Rouge, Garcia, and Rey Fenix. That match was fucking bananas.
Yes.
It was just so fucking good.
It got me hyped for the Casino Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, just like, oh god, that was such a great match.
And look how far Wheeler Yuta has come, though,
dude.
He
got the pin on Garcia, right?
Yeah,
it was Garcia. So, dude, and it was just like
it was Phoenix.
No, Phoenix.
No, was it Phoenix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Phoenix.
I mean, it was.
It was Dante Martin. That's who got to.
Oh, it was Dante Martin.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, yeah. I didn't mention.
Roosh were on the outside.
I didn't mention Martin was in the match. Holy shit! Like that was so good. That was like such a good finish. Solid for Wheeler. I don't know. I love that match.
Everybody got their stuff in.
Everybody got their shit in. All their shit looked good. It didn't look like anybody got hurt. So that's a fucking plus. For everybody that's in that match, like walking away saying, oh, wow, we walked away from this match. That's a fucking positive.
Danielson versus Hager was a really good opening match, too.
That was
Hager is dog shit. But Danielson can make anybody look good. I'm very, very well aware.
Yeah.
Hager's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He's fighting under Bellator. He's obviously more worried about his MMA career, which I get.
He's more worried about storming the Capitol with Jericho's wife.
Jesus Christ, here we go. I get it, but
the people. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Danielson, he can make anybody look good he wrestles with. So I mean, it was a solid match. But yeah, that match building up for the ladder match at All Out is just that's great.
Yeah.
All right.
And then the custody of Daniel Garcia match, of course.
Custody of Daniel Garcia on a pole match. I hope he does the spot with Dominic where he just kind of shakes. I hope there's a spot where Garcia just comes out and just like with the chair to Jericho or something, just like
it's the American Dragon versus
you're my uncle, not my
Lionheart.
The Lionheart, man. It's gonna be hopefully something technical.
Sure. So
fine.
All right,
let's get
going previewing these shows. We got a lot to talk about here.
So what are we hitting first? NXT.
Yeah, let's get rid of that dog shit first because
this is what happens when Worlds Collide. Are you ready to go? Anyway, let's hit
I remember that from, I think, one of the SmackDown versus Raw games for the PlayStation 2.
Good callback right there. See? For all the fans that play the games, y'all know. That song in fucking Animal I Have Become, if you had the older games, was the only fucking songs that would play.
Yep.
All right. NXT Worlds Collide. The big thing with this one is kind of like NXT UK is imploding so they can make NXT Europe. So a lot of the UK guys are coming over to kind of see who's the best of the best. Some of these matches kind of have that feeling to it, but not all of them. Let's start out Carmelo Hayes, the North American champion, going against, for some reason, Big Dick Trev, Ricochet. What are we thinking about this one?
I'm thinking this is going to be the match that steals the show.
100%. I was going to say that too. There's no way it's not. I
Right.
mean, the rest of this card compared to that match is like,
yeah,
come on.
like when Hayes was out at closing out NXT, you know, talking about how he didn't have a match, and then Ricochet showed up. I thought to myself, it's like, oh man, NXT Worlds Collide just became something. I'm not going to be watching because I, along with the Hot One, will be at the All Out pre-show party outside the arena before the show starts and stuff.
I don't even know when the fuck this airs, so like whatever.
I think it's supposed to be.
I won't be watching either.
I think it starts at like 3 p.m. Eastern. Basically, it's supposed to end right around the time I think All Out the 0 hour starts their pre-show. So, but I was like, this is good. This is going to be a banger. As soon as I saw Ricochet come out, I knew right away this is going to be a banger. This is going to be a match of the night, and I fully expect it to be the match everyone's talking about after this from the show. And I think Carmelo retains here.
He has to. You don't send Ricochet back to NXT. He's there for the novelty of this great match that they're going to put on.
Right.
But he's a top key player, especially with him picking up a good amount of wins lately. He's had that whole story with Crappy Corbin.
And I believe he's the first North American champion as well, too.
Could be.
So
yeah, he was, right?
Yeah, because he won that big, I think it was like a 6-way ladder match or something.
Yeah. Richard O'Shea does no wrong. And I'm
Richard O'Shea.
All about this.
You mean Rakocket?
Rakocket. I'm all for this fucking match, but yeah, I think there's no sense in putting the North American title on Ricochet at this point. So I understand Carmelo's gonna go over, but it's gonna be a fucking killer match. So
you said Rick O'Shea. Is he like one of the fabulous O'Shea brothers from Little Giants? Like the lost one?
Do you guys not follow him on like Instagram?
I have an Instagram, but I never use it.
I gotta check. I don't know. I think for a while his name was like Rick O'Shea.
Yeah, it's because he's related to Ice Cube and them. Get it? O'Shea.
Wow.
Yeah,
boy.
It was a good one. Forget y'all. Let's go into the fatal 4-way elimination tag team match to unify the NXT and the NXT UK titles. You have the Creed Bros going against Gallus versus Pretty Deadly, and for some reason, Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs.
The reigning NXT UK tag champions.
I don't like them.
Yeah, they don't do anything for me.
I miss when Imperium had their stranglehold over everything NXT UK.
Well, just in NXT in general.
That's just true.
And that's so.
But who do we got here, man?
To me, I feel like these guys really come into their own. I'm going with the Creeds to retain.
Dude, I don't know anybody in this match, so I really don't give a fuck. It is what it is.
You don't want to take a shot at it? You don't want to at least name one team out of the ones we named?
Whoever.
Oh, okay.
The most American team will win. Fuck, whatever. I don't care.
USA. You know what? I really would like the Creed brothers to retain here, but I'm about a little bit of a mix-up, a little bit of a shake-up. And for some reason, I really like Gallus. Let me get Gallus for the win.
Okay. It's definitely what, something to
be a swerve.
It would be.
Dude.
Whose house?
Swerve's house.
Again, I have who the fuck is Gallus?
They are.
I'm not even joking. You're laughing. I'm not even joking. I wish I was because I know it sounds funny, but I watch so little of NXT anymore that I have no fucking idea what's happening.
Yeah, it's. You go online. They're quite. I think they're pretty talented. I believe they hold the record for the longest reign with the NXT UK tag titles.
Yes.
All right. Whatever. Everybody got their picks in.
Yes.
Yep.
Next match for the NXT Women's Tag Team titles.
Yep, I'm out.
I'm Kaden Carter and for some reason, Katana Chance. I don't like the name change. The current
No.
tag team champions going against Dewdrop and Nikki, almost a superhero. Who are we pulling for here?
I got to go with the Chance and Carter. They work so hard and so long to get those titles. And Dewdrop and Nikki Ace, they haven't been relevant in Dewdrop has never really been relevant since she's been on the main roster, which is a shame. And Nikki ASH had a 1 month reign or something like that with the Raw Women's title and really never benefited from that. So it'd be stupid to take the titles off the champs. So I'm picking the champs to retain.
Yeah, and as much as I hate the Katana Chance name change, I hate the Dewdrop name change worse. I miss Piper Niven.
Yes.
I gotta take the champs too, not because I'm biased, because I'm a Caden Carter mark. I don't know what it is, if it's the eyes or the dread, something. Caden Carter does it for me. I'm going with Caden Carter for the win here with the tag team champions. Joey K, I know you know neither of these teams. Who are you going for?
Whatever DDJ said.
Fantastic. Whatever DJ said.
Done. I'm looking at the lineup that we're going to next. I'm just going to be here. You guys just chime me in when we get to something important.
Moving to the triple threat to unify the NXT and the NXT UK women's title, respectively. You have the goddess Mandy Rose. Hello. Going against FKA. Fuck, what was her name? Priscilla. She was
B Priestley.
B Priestley from AEW, now going by Blair Davenport, and Miko Satomura.
The final boss.
The final boss. Who are we going with?
This is probably was the hardest match for me to kind of make a pick on because
Bet it was. Bet it's the hardest match for you of the night too.
That's a different kind of hard, you sicko. But no, I this one was probably the hardest for me to call. Honestly, if Blair had been around the NXT a little bit longer, I'd probably go with her because I don't think she's well known amongst a lot of the the NXT fans unless they watched AEW or followed her on the indies. Obviously, Satomura is a legend and stuff. But again, I don't think a lot of people stateside really know who she is and how great she really is. So for that, I got to go with Mandy Rose to retain.
You Americans make me sick not knowing who some of these people are. I'm just joking, guys. It's okay.
It's not the Americans that make him sick. It's that burger or whatever he was stuffing his face with that makes him sick.
Sir, that was Texas royalty. What a burger, damn it.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
DJ, don't
one
even
time I was down in
that.
Dallas back in about 3 years ago. I remember I'm going from the airport to the hotel I was staying at. I asked my driver to take me to Whataburger, and he obliged. So yeah, I got my Whataburger when I was down there. And
I saw the top of that orange fucking striping, and I already knew what you were eating earlier. And I was like, "Motherfucker, man!"
I'd ask the hot one to bring me a Whataburger from Texas. by the time
it ain't making it, bro.
It's not making it out of Dallas.
Hey, no, it would be rancid as fuck. So,
oh shit,
I'd still eat it. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, what other company does their symbol after the freaking Ultimate Warrior?
I thought that was Wonder Woman.
Thought it was Weezer.
Could be a little bit of both. Anyway, you say Wiener?
Weezer.
Oh, Weezer. Jesus. Beverly Hills, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways,
let's move on.
Back to this match real quick.
No, why?
Well, because it was hard for DDJ to pick, because I understand.
Fucking whatever.
And, ladies and gentlemen, when it's hard for you to get hard like DDJ just now, remember the OG sponsor of Shootin Sh and the boys at SGS, Generic Dick Pills, is here to help you. Find them at your local gas station. It's only like $5. Anyways,
Ginseng.
Ginseng. To this match, I see Mandy Rose getting called up with Toxic Attraction pretty soon. Leaving Blair Davenport for the win for me. So give me Blair Davenport.
I like that take. That could very well be the case. I like that take.
All right, Joey K. Maybe you'll know this one here. To unify the NXT and NXT UK titles, Mr. Braun, Big Bad Booty Nephew Breaker, going against Tyler Bate.
Okay, so this match is actually good. This match to me is going to be a decent one. You know, Tyler Bate has never been in a main event match that sucked. Like, in my opinion, he always shows up for big time matches like this. So I think he's going to show up. This is probably the hardest one though, because I want to say Braun's going to unify the titles, but it's a new day in WWE. Is he getting the fast pass to the main roster? Dropping the title, Tyler Bates, your NXT champ, and you know we see Braun Breaker shortly on Raw or SmackDown. That's the hardest decision for me. So I'm at a push. I don't know.
See if this helps you out a little bit. There are reports out that Solo Sikoa is going to be debuting on SmackDown very, very soon. That's a big call up.
That's a big call up, but that's also a call up that makes a huge amount of sense, though.
Absolutely.
To have him involved with the Bloodline storyline makes 100% perfect sense to me. If that is the case, then I think we see Braun in NXT a little while longer, which isn't a bad thing. You know, we usually talk about guys like, oh, they need a call up. They need a call up. Braun's doing great in NXT.
Why rush?
Yeah, why rush? Let that build keep burning. And
he's
go from
been
there.
the rare shining spot in NXT Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff I enjoy about NXT, but you know, Braun Breaker, I'll watch. So, yeah, if that's the case, I think you know, Braun's he'll unify the titles.
Dennis Day Jr., where we at?
I really like Joey K's take on that match with talking about case for Tyler Bate, especially if Braun's ready to go to the main roster, which I think we're all in agreement that he is. But I mean, just because he's ready doesn't mean he should go. And like he said, like you mentioned with Solo Sikoa possibly going up to be part of the bloodline with his brothers and his cousin and Sami Zayn. The by the way, that picture that's going around of the Usos and Roman from when they were like teenagers with Sammy's teenage photoshopped in is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's actually really fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie.
But like going into this match though, like you said, Tyler Bate, he always delivers when the spotlight's his brightest. I mean, you look at the matches he had with Pete Dunne. The one time I believe he had a match with Walter for the UK title, during Walter's reign. And, he won the tournament to become the only two-time NXT UK champion and stuff, which it's kind of funny that they basically spoiled the tournament because it was still going on when he showed up with the belt.
Yeah.
But obviously with the news that, NXT UK is closing down to become NXT Europe, it makes sense. But yeah, I just, like I said, if Braun, if it were basically a known fact that Braun was going up to the main roster, I think I would go with Tyler Bate. But since I feel like they're not in a rush to send him up, I'm gonna say Braun will unify the belts, but it's gonna be like it's not gonna be decisive. Like I think he's gonna catch Tyler with something, like just real quick.
All right. In my opinion, in my very humble opinion, had this match been Braun Breaker versus Ilya Dragunov or Dragonik, whatever the fuck his name is.
Dragunov.
There we go. It's a sniper rifle, Ilya's sniper rifle. If it was Dragunov, if it was Braun and, sniper rifle, I would be 110% willing to say that Breaker drops and gets called up because Ilya, to me, here, great champion.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I don't know if the U.S. market knows Tyler Bate enough. Fantastic champion, has the pedigree. could make a good name for himself in this match, but I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to look good and get over in a loss to Breaker. So when the next match comes up, he can actually take the title and Breaker could go on into greener pastures. But I don't see this match being the one where he takes it. And for them to do this big Worlds Collide, I don't think you let your main guy take a loss against the invading company, so to say. So for that reason, I'm taking Breaker right now.
Okay.
Solid. Next. Can't
You're muted.
You fucking ding dong.
Yeah, like we're not pros. We've done this 52 weeks. Anyway, moving on to our next WWE product, straight from Cardiff, Wales, I believe.
Yep.
Which according to Ancestry DNA, I have a little bit of Welsh in me, you know. So my ancestral homeland
Well, tell him to pull it out of your ass.
Wow.
Well,
I love that I didn't even have to say it. DDJ is just like, all right, I'll take the lead on this one.
yeah, pull it out of my ass. He says, all right, anyways, coming from my ancestral home of Cardiff, Wales.
Did you say ancestral?
Ancestral with the
Sound
A.
like you said ancestral.
I said ancestral.
I heard ancestral. What about you, Joey K?
Oh yeah, you guys are
Yeah, that
racist,
was
messing
ancestral.
with my accent. My ancestral.
Your accent. Wait, all of a sudden you talk about how you have a little Welsh in me. Now you got a fucking accent.
Of course, I have a fucking accent. Surprised you never heard it before.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
We're gonna be doing this show for the next 3 days. What the fuck?
All right, fella, shut up. Here we go.
You
Clash
ancestral
at the
fuck.
Castle. We have. Let's start off with Edge and Mysterio versus the Judgment Day, who work at Spencer's Gags and Gifts. Who we going with?
Judgment Day all day.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Judgment Day as well too. And I think we finally get that long, often rumored Dominic Mysterio heel turn.
Yeah, it's fucking for sure coming.
So after what Rhea Ripley did to him, I joined the Judgment Day too. So yeah, give me Judgment Day. I'm following with you guys here.
You guys notice how Dominic's growing his hair out like
Eddie,
his, Poppy, like Eddie. So
I said that the other night. I was like, man, I'm sitting here watching. I'm like, man, he's really got that fucking Eddie mullet just rocking, man. It's got the flow just going. And then he hands Rhea the fucking kendo stick. Like, oh, we got a fucking swerve. And he's all fucking sad boy disappointed that daddy's partnering up with his old buddy instead of him. Well, I need that experience.
In the back.
Oh, man. Yeah, that heel turn is fucking coming on the first thing smoking through fucking Wales. So, yeah, Judgment Day, 100%.
All right. Let's move on to the next one. See if you guys know about my kinsman here. We have the Intercontinental Champion, Gunther. Going
Next thing you know,
against...
Joey K, he's going to say he's related to the Lucky Charms leprechaun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, your fucking cousin. They're magically delicious, I bet.
They are magically delicious. Anyways, going against the Scottish Rite. No, I'm just joking. The Celtic Warrior, Sheamus, who I wouldn't be mad if he debuts his old music here at Cardiff, but
that'd be kind of dope. Actually.
I think I saw something that said the only title Sheamus hasn't held in the WWE is the IC title. Is that correct, DDJ?
Yeah. He's been a WWE champion. He's been a World Heavyweight champion. He's been, Raw and SmackDown, the United States. Yeah, I believe the IC title is the only title he needs to win the Grand Slam.
Too bad he's not taking it from Gunther. What do we think, guys?
No, he's not. You bury my boy like that.
There are two things that are absolutely guaranteed to happen in this match. One, Gunther retains, and two, both of their chests are gonna look like fucking raw hamburger meat.
Oh, Sheamus is really white.
Mm-hmm.
Sheamus is very, very pale, so those chops are gonna look like hell.
Fun fact, that's how DDJ and I became friends.
What?
Seriously. Walter had a great shirt that DDJ had, and he was getting rid of some of his shirts, and I bought that shirt from you.
Oh my God!
Others,
Wow.
Others perform, Walter kills.
Yes.
I have that shirt from you. That's how we first ended up becoming friends. Because you
Man, now I remember that now.
Yep.
That's
So,
cool.
I have that upstairs. So I can't go against my boy Walter for the win. He's retaining the title. It's happening.
That's crazy, man. DDJ even forgot about that. He remembers everything.
I know. I'm kind of sad by that, actually. Well, hurts my feelings a bit.
You were just a transaction, Joey K. It's okay.
Oh.
Wow.
God damn, we're PayPal friends? Wow, that hurts. It fucking hurts.
Hey, at least never mind. I'm not going to go there. Next matchup, we have.
Stop
the
paying your hookers
artist.
in Bitcoin, Jovan.
It was worth a lot less. But anyway,
Hey, speaking of PayPal, Jovan.
hey, going on. We have Seth freaking Rollins and Matt Riddle, who's got his name back. Apparently, Matt Riddle.
His name back.
This has gotten very, very personal in a weird way fast.
But it was good.
Yes.
And then the things that came out later was very bad.
Wait. Talk storyline first. let's just go straight storyline. That fucking promo back and forth on Monday night was good. And then they're like, well, after we went to commercial break, this is what our cameras picked up. And I was like, oh shit, welcome back to fucking 1999, everybody.
They're gonna party like it's 1999.
Fuck yeah, we just went full attitude era in I'm gonna fuck you up from Riddle to fucking Seth Rollins. Like, oh shit, okay. And you know what? Here's the thing. I really enjoy this. I'm gonna touch on this because they kind of took the match away from SummerSlam. They kind of did that shitty thing where he came out of the crowd, he got stomped, whatever. But they've been building Riddle up as not just the lovable stoner character he has been. He's back to being a legit
NXT
fighter guy
the NXT
again.
Riddle.
Like, not even that. Like, all his shit on Instagram that WWE keeps posting of him training like with various other wrestlers at an MMA gym. Yeah. They're getting him back to that again. So he's not just the funny stoner guy. I like that.
So who we picking?
I'm taking Riddle. I gotta take Riddle on this.
I'm gonna double down on that. I think this match. I think this is gonna be the match of the night for this show. I fully expect this to be the show stealer. And right now, Rollins is at a point where a loss won't hurt him, and Riddle definitely needs this more. So yeah, I'm gonna double down with Joey K, and I'm gonna go with Matt Riddle as well.
I was thinking Riddle before all the shit happened with the Twitter tagging and weirdness and messages and who does what behind closed doors. Now that that's happened, I'm leaning Seth Rollins. Will I let real life kind of change my ideas on the match? Apparently. I'm going to swerve you guys. I'm going to go with Seth Rollins on it.
All right.
Okay. I mean, hey, look, there's a good point for Rollins to win. There's a good argument for that, and I get it. But I just think because of the build and that Rollins getting over on Riddle every fucking week and the SummerSlam thing, all that shit, I just see Riddle going over in this one.
All right. Agree to disagree. Now, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and nobody's ready for Asuka going against. I can't for the life of me remember what the crappy name they gave this team, but it's Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. I think there's something like
damage control or something like that, or control or something.
There you go, control. It's like very voguish control. Who we got and why?
Well, I think the fact that Dakota Kai and Io Sky did not walk out of the tournament as champions it's kind of a bit of a shock because I think everybody thought it was a foregone conclusion. So you may be, a little bit of a swerve there. And I just feel like to kind of, especially if they're really trying to make this stable work, I think they have to get the win here. So I'm going to go with Bailey, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky.
Yes. Also because we're building towards Bailey versus Bianca Belair. So in the triple threat tag, we're going to get the heels going over.
All right. If that's what you guys are thinking, I'm thinking it too. Plus, Bailey's due for a win. You can't let her faction go for a loss for their first time out together officially. Right. So, yeah, good call out. Let's go with control your narrative. Anyway.
Wow.
Boom. Yes,
speaking of control your narrative, they look like they're about to lose arguably their biggest member of their roster.
Physically, their biggest, yes.
Yeah.
Choo-Choo Braun on his way back to the U.S. Yep. And with the WWE because choo-choo. Yeah.
Right there, Ice Train.
That's right. It's Freight Train.
$5
promotion.
Yep, $5 wrestling.
Oh, Jesus. Fucking love Freight Train, man. That was my boy. Anyway, to a match that I swear to God, if this ends any other way, I'm quitting wrestling for life. Liv Morgan and Shayna Baszler. I'm going Team Baszler. There's no way.
To me, this is a classic case of where who I want to win is different from who I think is going to win. Who I want to win is Shayna Baszler because she should have been a multiple time women's champion at this point by this point in time. But to me, I feel like and I mean I feel like if Baszler wins this, that we might eventually see her and Ronda Rousey go at it, which I would not mind. But I just feel like that I think Morgan's going to retain, but I would be ecstatic if Baszler won. But officially, my pick is Liv Morgan retains.
Baszler is 1/4 of the original 4 Horsewomen, not the WWE 4 Horsewomen, but the legit one where they got it from.
Yep.
So we already saw the tease between Ronda and Baszler.
Don't tease me, bro.
So that storyline is going somewhere, and I want to see. Look, I love Liv Morgan. She's great. I think she's really come up a lot this year, but I think Shayna is going to take that title, and then we're going to move on to the Shayna Ronda feud.
Definitely would not mind that.
I would love that.
That is a feud I want to see, actually.
I would love that almost as much as what I'm about to say next, and that is Bo Dallas. The hell is his real name? He's something Rotunda. If I have it,
Jim
Rotunda. Is it really Jim? It's not Jim.
No, it's not Jim.
I think he's Bray is Wyndham, something weird.
Yeah.
Bo can be Bendham. Fuck it. Bendham Rotunda. Buddy, for the first time in a very long time, you're on the list because you Liv Morgan. Anyway, the main event of this card is headlined by my cousin himself, Drew McIntyre.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Hey, my Scottish ancestry.
Here we fucking
go. Going against
is there a nationality that you're not you're a part of?
What can I say? My people got around. Anyway.
Wars.
Going against your tribal chief from day one, the one and only Roman Reigns. How do we see this going down?
This would be so much easier for me to pick if only one of these two titles were on the line, because then I think it'd be a foregone conclusion that Drew is going to win to get that, being overseas and stuff. And I mean, he still could as well, but it's just, I don't see how you even at this point, you take the title off of Roman and just as much as I think the crowd is going to be like solidly behind Drew, and they're going to want that British Bulldog-esque moment from SummerSlam 1992. I don't think we get it here. So my official pick is Roman retains, but man, he's gonna have to earn it.
Joey K.
100% Roman retains. There's no reason to take the titles off him right now. We're past SummerSlam. We're going to Survivor Series. Next thing you know, it's Rumble time, and then we're building to Mania. And I think would be the only time that Roman would drop a title at this point is Mania. So I don't give a fuck who you put him against at this point. It's a foregone conclusion that Roman's retaining the titles.
Well, I will say, and then before we get Jovan's pick about Roman dropping the title, if it does, yeah, I could see it happening at Mania. But if they're going with Roman Reigns versus The Rock, he will drop it before Mania. Because I don't see
The Rock cannot be your champion.
No.
And he's not losing to Roman first time.
We'll see about that.
Bombs.
Who are you picking for this match, Jovan?
There's only one answer, and it's not your cousin.
Gender.
Wait, which cousin? Because he's probably going to say that Roman's his cousin too.
Oh, actually, no. We do find out that I don't have any Samoan blood in me. That's a deep cut, DJ. I'll explain that to you this weekend. Anyway.
All right.
Anyways, outside of that,
the shit that you guys are going to chat about this weekend is phenomenal.
Anyway,
it's going to be tame. It's going to be tame compared to WrestleMania 40, though.
Oh God, 40! We're going to tear your house up. I'm putting Isaac through a wall.
Motherfuckers wreck my house. I'm going to be real pissed.
I almost just fell out of my chair.
We got fun, but it gets out of hand. My mom already lit the carpet on fire the other day, so I guess I shouldn't really
What? Oh, she was sober when she did that?
It's a long story, but yep, my mom lit the fucking carpet on fire.
Wow.
Oh, my Jesus. Okay, guys.
Y'all got some entertaining stories about your moms. I don't really have anything like that with mine.
Yeah, well, my mother was a young mother. What can I say?
Just be thankful that your mom never came to your house and lit things on fire. Okay? Because it wasn't good.
But my mom was well known at our family reunions for mooning people. So,
fucking A, dude. Your mom was a legend.
Dude,
great. I miss my mom.
My mother is known for, she brought me into this world. She could take me out. And the thing with her,
she almost took you out on your birthday that one time.
A lot of times.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm giving you fair warning. I'm going straight to your mom because I want to get her side of that story.
Dude, she'll tell you.
Your mom's a fucking real one, bro.
Dude,
your mom's
my
from the
mom,
streets.
she had no problems telling me. She's like, look, I'm 19 years old. I could get rid of you, have another one, and be out of jail. Be just fine.
Hey, you talk about real one. Just kind of going back to AEW Dynamite. We forgot to mention the debut of W. Morrissey.
That's because he's 10 foot tall, and you can't teach that.
So he looks like he's Stokely's newest acquisition.
Stokely's getting everybody not nailed down to the floor.
Yep.
I don't know what the hell he's going to do with this Mod Pod army.
All right, go
back to Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, since we got a little off the rails there. I have one word or one person that will tell you who I'm going for, guys, and that is the Jinder Bender Mahal. Jinder Mahal got the title because they wanted to push NXT India. We are on the verge of NXT Europe. They're in Wales. For crying out loud. They're going to put the title on Drew. It's a good way to get it off of part-timer Reigns right now anyway. He's not going to look weak. Something's going to happen. Some weirdness is going to happen to where he loses it.
If Drew wins, it's going to be because Sammy screws up something.
Yeah. So it's going to be Drew. I would love to, say it won't be, but it's going to be Drew. There's no way you do this in Cardiff and not have him win.
Right. So, all right, let's get to All Out, man. You got to get some sleep.
Wrapping up the card for All Out. Let's hit that hour one. Tomohiro Ishii versus the Mad King, fresh off his suspension, Eddie Kingston. Where are we going?
Oh, it's gonna be a fight, and I'm picking Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Kingston, but I'm fully expecting a good Japanese strong style match.
Yep.
So I'm stoked about that.
I'm taking Kingston as well for that reason. You know, he doesn't have a lot of neck, so there's nothing much to drop him on. I think he'll do great. Let's go with the next one here. Also from the Power Hour, Hour 1, we have the Bastard, the All Atlantic Champion, Pac, going against Kip Sabian.
Yes.
Low key excited about this match.
Oh, I was really excited when they finally announced this match. And I definitely think this is going to be a sleeper. I think it's going to be a match that a lot of people are going to talk about. I don't think it's going to be match of the night, but I think it's going to be something that gets a lot of discussion. And it's great to see Kip back in the ring finally after being gone for so long. But I'm picking Pac to retain. But they won't be the end of this feud.
I'll agree with that. I think Pac's going to retain. The feud's going to continue. And fucking Kip Sabian. When we were at AEW in Philly last year, oh my God. The line around the Liacouras Center to get a photo with Kip while he was standing out on the concourse, just standing there wearing his fucking box on his head, was ridiculous. It was hilarious. I actually got pictures.
He does that at all the shows, because when I went to Dynamite back in February, and then last night he was all walking around and like was cool as hell. Like, Kip's a cool dude.
Yeah.
But he was like walking around in the full gimmick and everything, and taking pictures with everyone, myself included, and stuff. But no, he and our buddy Ty, who is apparently thinks he's got a thing going with one Layla Gray. If Giovanni and I know, because we're in a chat with him.
Dude, I mean, it's kind of hard to push past that, because I've seen some of the stuff. I mean, shit, maybe he might be.
Yeah, but no, I this is gonna be a banger and stuff. But yeah, Pac retains. Hot One, what do you think?
Pac has to retain, but I want to see the packaging. I want to see what the music, what the Tron looks like for underrated and over at Kip Sabian. I think this is going to be a real good gimmick for him. I'm looking forward to a good match, actually.
Yeah.
Next, which will not be a good match. I'll say sub 5 minutes, maybe. CM Punk Mox 1. It's going to be Hook versus Angelo Parker for the FTW title for some reason.
Okay, here's a good little game to play. Which match is going to go? Which match will be longer? This match or Punk versus Mox 1?
You have less than 4 minutes. I think Punk versus Mox 1 was like 3.5.
Right.
So that's your stick for this one. Is it going to be longer or shorter than that? I think Parker runs away. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be longer, not much longer. But I mean, come on. I like Angelo Parker. I'm a huge fan of him, and Matt Menard, or whatever they call themselves, the former 2.0 and stuff. But yeah,
They're calling themselves sports entertainers.
Yeah, sports entertainers.
Hate
but
it.
see, I'm not like Jovan here. I don't claim to have an accent, so.
But the accent's over with. We're not in Wales anymore. This is in Chicago.
Oh, okay. Well, but no, Hook's he's gonna be insanely over, and he's gonna retain, and it's gonna be a quick one.
Joey K.
Agreed.
Fantastic.
Hook for the win. 5-minute match tops.
How you doing?
Yeah.
How you doing? Anyway, let's start off the main card. First match we have here, because DGJ did the lineup, is the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, going against the Lionheart, Chris Jericho. Very, very, very interesting match here for the custody of Daniel Garcia. Is he a pro wrestler? Is he a sports entertainer? Where are we going?
This match is going to, I think this is going to wind up possibly not factoring in the ladder match, because that's just going to be a bunch of insane spots. It's definitely going to have a lot of people talking. But in terms of ladder matches, I think this is going to be the match that's kind of steals the show. I think I'm going to go with Danielson, and I think it's going to be Daniel Garcia is going to factor into the decision. but I think he's gonna try to go for someone and hit the other person. Like, I don't think he's gonna be like the man he's targeting is gonna be the recipient of it. But I definitely think he factors in the decision. But I'm saying Danielson takes this.
Yeah, I think Danielson takes it. Garcia is factored in. I think he's going to turn on Jericho. Jericho's going to try to do some scummy shit, or somebody like, I don't know, probably Hager is going to try to interfere, something along those lines. Garcia is going to just be like, I'm done with this, and side with Danielson. Jericho's going to freak out. Danielson's going to get the win. And then I think because we also have, here's the other thing after All Out, we already know Wheeler Yuta versus Garcia is happening next Wednesday, Dynamite, for the
pure title.
So I think the build now is going to be Danielson gets the win, Garcia helps, and we get to see Garcia start to be the next member of Blackpool.
So that could be his initiation next week.
Yep. He's going to, have to earn it against Yuta.
Well, they've gone at it in Pure Rules match before, and it was a really darn good one. So
great match. It was a really, we talked about that match in our mid-year awards.
Our mid-shooties.
Yeah.
I'm taking the American Dragon as well. I think I like DDJ's take with the possibly trying to help out Jericho, ends up screwing Jericho over for the win. And I like where Premier was going with that, leading to a Blackpool tryout by fire against Wheeler Yuta. So a lot of good stuff coming up here. Hopefully we can say the same about this next match. Fatal 4-way for the interim AEW Women's Championship. We have Toni Storm, Britt Baker, DMD, Jamie Hayter, and Hikaru Shida. Where are we going?
This is going to be another case where who I want to win and who I feel is going to win are different. I really would love to see Jamie Hayter get the win here and get some shine. My main wish for this match, though, is that she comes out of this match looking good, and I think she's going to have an excellent showing. But I feel like, because I'm gonna go with Toni Storm takes the win here, because it's been reported out there that she was supposed to go over Thunder Rosa at this and stuff. So I don't see any reason. I mean, Britt's already had her time. Shida had her time. I would love for Hayter to have her time, but I don't think it's quite ready. She's quite ready yet. So I'm gonna go with Toni Storm for the win.
Yeah, fine.
I'm taking Toni Storm as well. She's the only one right now that it makes sense being champion. I don't see Britt getting another run right now. Hayter definitely not built up yet for that kind of spotlight. And Shida, where have you been, Shida? So yeah, no. I gotta say Storm. Going into the next match, that kind of felt thrown together, but damn it, I really want to see it. House of Black going against the trio of Darby Allin, the man they call Sting, and the Redeemer, Miro. Where are we going?
Man, this is one that I really feel like the House of Black kind of needs this win, because I don't think they've been booked exactly as strong as I think a lot of people would have expected. But I mean, I think for that, I'm going to go with a little bit of a shocker. I think I'm going to take House of Black in this, because I feel like this is going to be another case where this isn't going to be the end of this feud, because I think there's still more to this, especially with, more focused on Miro versus Malachi Black. I feel like that story's not done yet and stuff. And I just think, like I said, I think House of Black. I think I'm going to go with House of Black.
Yeah, I'll take that too. The only thing that bothers me is, every time Sting's in a match, Sting's going over. Like, it's come on. You have three of the top guys on the roster in House of Black, in my opinion, and you're gonna drop it to a fucking 66-year-old man and his grandson that he took to a chocolate factory recently. I mean, get the fuck out of here! Like,
What
come
the fuck
on,
are they?
stop.
Are they? What is it? Grandpa Joe and Charlie?
Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's Goth Grandpa Joe and Goth Charlie. That's what the fuck it is.
Grandpa
And-
Joe, get
What
out
are
of
we?
bed.
What are we talking about from the Tim Burton version of the movie?
You fucking out of your mind? That hunk of shit? No, man, we go to the OG.
Oh, I could see
Gene
Grandpa
Wilder,
Joe
baby.
Sting in the bed, shoes off, in a dress, gown, just laying there.
But with the makeup on.
With the makeup on, yeah. And Darby comes rolling in, half face painted. Come on, Grandpa Joe, we gotta
I
go.
gotta
It's all
go to
out.
ticket.
Ah, I got a skateboard.
Yeah.
I got a little skateboard.
Skateboarding around his town.
Yeah.
Skateboarding home as fast as he can with his little fucking golden ticket.
Because he's a hoodlum. Anyway.
Grandpa Sting jumps out of the bed and tap dances around. Then they go, and it's fucking Tony Khan, coked out of his mind. Yeah, we fucking make chocolate. It's what it is. It's good.
Grandpa Sting goes through a table for no reason.
Like, Pac's one of the fucking Oompa Loompas who's just always pissed off.
Okay, it's gonna piss you off, but it's Pac and fucking Gresham are the Oompa Loompas just singing in the
Pac,
background.
Gresham, Adam Cole,
Adam
Cole, all like the smallest fucking roster are all the Oompa Loompas.
They signed Marco Stunt for one day to come back and sing.
Fucking Keith Lee is Augustus Gloop.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. So,
anyway.
Okay, wait. No, I want to go into this.
We can cast the entire movie with AEW.
Yeah. Okay, so we got Darby Allin as Charlie. We got Sting as Grandpa Joe. We got Tony Khan as Willy Wonka. We got Keith Lee as Augustus Gloop. Who do we have? Okay, so we still got to cast Mike TV and we got
Mike TV is easy. That's Hangman. Because he's gonna dress like a little cowboy with his guns.
Okay,
so that's a fucking easy one.
Okay, so now we got the two girls. We got
Veruca Salt has to be fucking Britt Baker.
Britt Baker.
Okay, yes, I love that.
Okay.
Yes, Britt Baker DMD.
So now we got Violet.
Who would be Violet? God,
Violet. You're turning Violet. Violet. Who is Violet?
You know what? Violet was kind of like was a bit. Why don't we throw Jade as Violet?
No, you can't.
No,
because Violet wasn't really like an asshole as much as the rest were.
Okay, she was annoying.
So she was annoying. So
rebel.
What?
Rebel.
I would say
okay,
like Rebel or oh god, maybe. Well, I guess technically she's not part of the roster anymore, but the best one would be Leva Bates.
Yes,
Violet. That would be 100% like right there.
I think
is she not on
part of the active roster. She just doesn't. She's not, hardly ever on.
All right, because I didn't know because she hasn't been around.
She's still in with gaming and all that. She's just not on the active.
Right.
All right, so Leva Bates is Violet. So
nice.
I think that covers.
We've got all the kids, yeah.
Yeah, we got all the kids, and we got the Oompa Loompas,
and the Oompa Loompas.
We got Willy Wonka. I mean,
instead of golden goose, we have golden dinosaur eggs. We got it.
So Luchasaurus is the golden goose.
Yep.
All right, get the fuck off this. Let's go because we still got some matches. I'm falling asleep.
We're so stupid. I'll go with House of Black as well. TBS title time. Jade Cargill going against the war goddess herself, Athena. Where are we going?
Y'all know me, and I'm sure I'm probably gonna get some shit for
Still
it.
the same OG. Anyway,
I was just gonna do it. God damn it! Y'all know me.
I love Jade, but I feel like I think Athena's gonna take it. She's finally gonna end the streak.
I think they keep this stupid streak alive.
I have a horrible feeling in the pit of my ass that they're going to keep the streak alive.
You sure it's not that Whataburger?
You're inner asshole.
It's at the inner one. Yeah, that's
Wait,
where I'm
wait,
doing
wait.
it.
You said you got that horrible feeling inside your asshole. I told you to get that little man out of your asshole.
Stop shoving Legos up your asshole, Jovan. We've had this talk multiple times.
You know what, man? If you can have your Julie one, I could have a Lego. Anyway.
Go
Yeah,
ahead and
like
have that Lego because I bet that probably hurt.
You step on the Lego, you sit on a Lego square. Anyway, Jungle Boy, excuse me, not Jungle Boy. Jack Perry versus Christian Cage. What are we thinking?
This is actually a bit tough, and it's the only reason why I say it's tough because I think it's the Luchasaurus factor. Like, I'm not absolutely 100% convinced that Luchasaurus is, with Jungle Boy. I've always had this sneaking suspicion that this is kind of an elaborate scheme by Christian Cage to kind of, get one over on Jungle Boy. That being said, I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but you know what? Let me come back to me. Why don't you guys talk this? Let me think about this.
Christian Cage getting the W. Feud's still going to keep going on. But we're finally getting rid of the Jungle Boy bullshit. Thank God.
Yeah, I think we're transitioning from Jungle Boy to Jungle Man Jack Perry. With that, I need him to get a win. He needs to cement this with a big time win. I do think that Luchasaurus is going to still align himself with Christian Cage and attempt to spoil the match. But I see Jack Perry actually winning, putting him against Luchasaurus next to kind of finally shut that chapter on Jurassic Express for good. So give me Jack Perry with the Luchasaurus turn.
You know what? Okay. So I'm gonna go with Jungle Boy as well to get the win, but I think Cage is gonna attack him after the match, and then Luchasaurus is gonna join in. So I think we get that feel good moment of Jungle Boy getting the win, but then he gets taken away from us right away with a post match beatdown by both Christian Cage and Luchasaurus.
I just don't see it because I think the feud goes on because Christian Cage has had so much fucking fire.
Yep.
Talking about his dead dad, all that kind of shit.
His mom.
I just don't feel like this is the blow off because obviously the blow off, Jack Perry's going to win. But I think Christian Cage gets the W because of the Luchasaurus turn where they swerve everybody. I think it screws over, Jungle Boy a bit. And then we go and have cage match, some kind of gimmick match for the blow off for it.
All right, ladies, I like that a lot. Let's get rolling here. Keep it nice and sweet. Wardlow and FTR versus Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns.
This is going to be a fun match. And I think we all were under the impression that when this match was kind of being talked about that it was going to be Lethal with his two guys, Sanjay and Satnam Singh. But I definitely think getting the Motor City Machine Guns is a huge upgrade for this match. And the fact that we're going to see FTR and Motor City Machine Guns in the ring at the same time is a very good thing.
I'm all for that.
I'm definitely all for that too. I want to say that, like I said, this whole thing with, Wardlow and FTR being together, kind of the whole Pinnacle thing, and that is good. But I don't know why, but I feel like Lethal is due for like a really big win. And I think the fact that he's got the Motor City Machine Guns with it, it's just going to be just a treat to watch that. I'm going to go with Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns. But like Lethal but one of the FTR guys is probably going to take the fall. Obviously, I don't think Wardlow's going to take the fall here, but I feel like one of the FTR guys is going to take the fall here. You just finally shit yourself.
If this match was just FTR versus Motor City Machine Guns, this would be fucking epic. I don't know. Wardlow and FTR, I think, are going to get the win. FTR is riding too hot. Wardlow as the TNT champ right now. They want to keep building him up because his run hasn't been super great. So why take any steam off? I just see, I see the faces taking this one.
I'm going to agree with you on that point, man. To me, Wardlow hasn't done much since winning the championship. I can't point to one big time match that he's had with the belt. It's been all the same thing: show up, power bomb, leave. No serious
power bomb, leave.
Yeah, no serious contender yet. No serious match yet. So I don't see him taking a loss in this one with FTR. Lethal has proven that he can't get a win in AEW to save his life, and the Motor City Machine Guns are visiting. Give me Wardlow and FTR.
All right.
Let's go with this next one, which I think could actually be a show stealer.
Absolutely.
You have Powerhouse Hobbs going against Absolute Ricky Starks. Where are we going?
You know, I'm honestly shocked that we're getting this because I thought these two worked really well together. But obviously, with them basically having to turn Ricky Starks, into a baby face, it kind of made this match a necessity. I really think if he's going to be, if this is Starks' time to kind of move up in the card, he has to get the W here. So I'm going to go with Starks for the win.
Complete opposite. If Starks gets the win, what was the point? Because you just completely buried Powerhouse Hobbs. His first feud, and he's going to drop the first match. I just don't see that. I mean, I see it the opposite way. Because Starks can win a lot more in a loss than Hobbs can.
Okay.
I think I think Hobbs has to get the win because they've been trying the past few weeks. They have having him against random ham and eggers out here on a Wednesday night in the 8:00 hour. So it's like they're building him up the way he should have been built up because of his size and how he looks. And I just don't see. I think Starks has to take the L on this one, but it's going to be one of those losses that pushes him on to something bigger and better.
I like it.
That take. I like that take.
It's a good take, and for that, I'm going to go with you with Hobbs because I want to see that happen with Starks taking that next step because of the loss. So I like that a lot. That's a good take. Let's go next for the AEW Tag Team titles. Swerve in Our Glory against the Acclaimed. Where are we going?
I will say this: the most over tag team in besides FTR and AEW right now is the Acclaimed. Literally last night, it was after Dynamite had concluded. The Acclaimed were, Justin Roberts, he's like, is there any tag team that you haven't seen that you want to see? And of course, everybody started saying the Acclaimed. And he kind of basically built it up until their music hit. And man, the Now Arena went ape shit crazy. And then, like I said, the Acclaimed are over, like Red Rover, in Dover, whatever you want to say. I'm just going to leave it at that. But to me, Swerve in Our Glory, I mean, they haven't really done much for me. You know what? Why not? Let's put the titles on the Acclaimed. I'd say the Acclaimed will get the win here and really this is their we're here and we're here to stay match.
It's the same thing as I just said. Are the Acclaimed super over to do it? Yeah, I agree. But they have more to gain from a loss. And if you have Swerve and Lee drop the titles like that, they were just placeholder champs to start with. And it's pretty fucking obvious they are, if that's the case. If they don't retain, they're just placeholder champs, and they're never going to get that back to being a credible tag team again. I mean, what have they done in their title run? Almost nothing.
They won a triple threat.
Okay, yeah.
But they really haven't done anything significant since.
Right, exactly. And that's So to me, it's like, oh God, like, yeah, the Acclaimed are super over, but they're going to be even more super over if they lose. Swerve in Our Glory is flatlined if they take the loss and drop the titles.
But they have always been teasing that Swerve is trying to turn on Lee. So, I mean, when's that going to happen?
Well, that could be it too. Now, that would make more sense if they do drop the titles and there's a pun intended swerve in the match.
I see what you did there.
Oh, Lord. So where you going? You leaning on the champs?
Yeah, I gotta take. God, that's a really tough one because if we do get the breakup, that changes things.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if we're gonna get that at all out. So I'll take Swerve in Our Glory retaining.
Chicago, the Acclaimed have arrived. Taking the Acclaimed, buddy. I can't go against them right now. Scissor me, DDJ. All right. I'm going a little bit out of order here because I want to get this one in. The AEW inaugural trios titles, the Elite, the Elite, going against either the Best Friends or the Dark Order. Probably Dark Order. Who we
It
got?
doesn't even fucking matter which team it is. The answer is the Elite's winning the fucking titles. I mean, if not, what the fuck are we even watching on television? I mean, you could put anybody in there. Kenny and the Bucks are getting those titles.
I've been saying this since this tournament was announced and the teams were announced, and I'm not straying away from what I first said when this tournament was announced and the teams were announced. I think, and it's going to be much along. You remember when they did the tag team title tournament when they introduced the titles, and SCU was Kazarian and Scorpio Sky won, and most people saw was like, kind of like a loyalty or for your time or whatever. I kind of feel like that's what we're going to get with this, and that's why I'm going to go with like I said, I'm stuck with them since the beginning, and I'm not getting off that train. I'm not a wet bandwagon jump or anything like that. I'm going with the Best Friends win it all.
Man,
wow. I
don't even.
Did you say you're going with the Best Friends to win it all?
I am.
They're not even going to be in the fucking match, guy. Hangman's coming back. You think they're not going to do Hangman versus fucking Kenny in the triple there? Are you dude? How high are you tonight?
You must be living on Fantasy Island right now.
I'm not necessarily high.
Isaac send you a care package? Did Isaac send you some goodies out there? Because Jesus Christ, dude.
You know what? I stick to my guns. Either I'm gonna look like a stupid idiot, which you're basically, I'm sure you're gonna be in agreement with that, or I'm gonna be be the guy that says I told you so.
Stupid idiot. Anyway,
fuck you, Jovan.
Dude, you've got Hangman in the Dark Order. I think as soon as that was announced, there's no way they're not doing Hangman and Kenny. That's the play.
That is 100%. Didn't I say that a while ago too?
Yes.
I think when DDJ was saying that Hangman's going to be the Bucks partner, and I said absolutely not. It's going to be Kenny, and it, I had some other hot takes on it, but I think I mentioned somewhere to you guys about if Hangman's going to be in any of it, it's going to be with the Dark Order.
Yeah. So yeah, but I'm still taking the Elite. So either way,
you know what? I'll put it to you this way: y'all gave me shit about my pick. I'm still standing by it, but I will be the first ones to come on next week's show. And if I'm wrong, I'll come out and say I was wrong. I might be like, I was wrong. You guys are right. You still,
bro. You're gonna be group chatting us tomorrow night when you're like, "Fuck, I'm wrong." So I can't wait.
He's gonna be live at Rampage talking about, well, that didn't go well.
And you know what? I'm gonna still sit there and be like, you know what? I was wrong. Y'all are still a bunch of fucking assholes, but I was wrong.
We may be fucking assholes, but we're right. Going into the casino.
Wait. You ain't you ain't fucking any assholes. Your asshole's getting fucked right now, the way you've been talking.
Oh. Scary man. I know
Real
it's a
aggressive,
family
real fast.
show. I don't know why he got so aggressive and crass in the ass. Anyway, the casino ladder match. Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Penta, Phoenix, Roosh, Andrade, Dante Martin, and TBA. Which, if you go with the theme of the match, it's people and either their brothers or their faction members. So hell, whatever the other Martin brother's name is, maybe he's going to be in the match. Who do
He's
we
only
got?
got
going?
like one fucking like leg anymore. So no, he's not going to be in it.
To me, it always seems like that this TBA in these types of matches, especially in a show like this, it's got to be someone big. So
Leo Rush was the last time we had a Joker.
And he just got cast as one of the Oompa Loompas in our Willy Wonka remake. So he's a little tied up.
But
or he retired for the 18th time in the past 2 years. One or the other. I don't know.
So there are only two people in this match that I think could be this TBA that I think the crowd would be like, holy shit.
If you fucking say Colt Cabana, I am quitting this goddamn show.
Well, just to get you off the show, I'm going to say Colt Cabana. Bye, Joey K. We'll hold our auditions for your replacement starting next week.
It's Chicago. It's the only place he'll get a pop. Boom.
Pretty
boom.
much.
Y'all suck.
Besides,
but no, I do not think it's going to be him. Like I said, I got two guys here. It's either going to be Samoa Joe or it's going to be MJF. But I feel like that we're going to get, I want to say, because I think MJF is going to kind of be brought into discussion with the main event. I'm going to go with Samoa Joe as the TBA. Now, as to who I think is going to win this, that's going to be tough because I think I want to say Wheeler got the win in the Fatal 4-Ways, but so I don't think it's going to be him. You know what? Let me see. So it's going to kind of depend on who ends up taking this. I'm just trying to look at this. Who's going to be, because I think whoever wins this casino ladder match is going to be challenging for the title at the Arthur Ashe Stadium show. So I'm going to go with, we've seen Mox versus, I'm going to go with Mox versus, you know what? I'm going to go with whoever, I'm going to go with, I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm going to go with Phoenix.
Jody.
Man, it's a real fucking toss-up. The TBA is always hard. I know DDJ makes a good point that MJF would be a great fit in here, also depending on how the AEW title match goes. I'm gonna take long shot. I'm gonna take Wheeler. Not factoring a TBA, and let me say that this pick is not factoring TBA because TBA is just. I mean,
you want me to tell you who the TBA is?
Who's the TBA?
If you look at everything, it's fairly obvious, bro. Fairly obvious.
Is it fairly obvious, bro?
It is. It's
all right,
fairly
bro.
obvious.
Give it to me, bro.
There are two wrestlers who were initially on this match, on this card, who had a match thrown out due to some backstage politics. Some issues happened. One of the two has already been replaced. The other one is still missing. I doubt he misses on the payout from this weekend, and I know he's in town. Let's go with the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, being the TBA.
That. That's solid. That's solid pick. But even so, he's in it for the spots.
Yes, that's why.
So who's your pick to win?
I'm gonna take Wheeler. I'm taking the absolute underdog Wheeler. He's got like such a good build going. He's coming in hot. He's got the pure title. He's got a big match against Garcia already booked for Wednesday night after All Out. We saw what he did with Jericho. So I don't think there shouldn't really be any doubt that he can jump into the main event picture, in my opinion. Because the Jericho match to me was a huge test. And he absolutely passed that test.
You know what? Okay. I really like what you had to say there. So I'm changing my pick. I'm gonna go with Yuta as well. I just feel like, you know what, if anybody's gonna benefit from this, you know, it could be Yuta, because obviously shown he is, you know, someone who is going to factor into the plans for AEW's booking for the next few years. So you know what? I'm officially I'm unpicking Phoenix, and I'm going with Yuta as well.
Well, gentlemen, I hate to be the contrarian here, but I will be. Because the Arthur Ashe main event, whoever the champion's going to be, to me, it doesn't make any difference, because you just need somebody who's a viable contender to go against the champ. But you don't need somebody that's too viable that will make the champ look a little weak. You want to have a good match against the champion, someone that you can say, yeah, you know what? I could see that guy as a champion. Maybe not big champion right now, but down the line champion. And to me, you can't have that with Claudio. He's the ROH World Heavyweight Champion. You can't have that with Wheeler. He is the ROH Pure Champion. I don't see AEW putting a shine on those two while they hold those belts. You don't give it to Penta or Phoenix, because Penta and Phoenix are better as a duo than they are separate. The only person I see that can really benefit a lot from that kind of matchup is somebody that AEW said, you know what? We got to give this guy's character an overhaul. We need to kind of get this guy back on track. We got him a new little faction coming. We want to build up this faction, but we need to make the leader look strong. How do you do that? Andrade El Idolo has to win the match.
I like that.
That's a good. I like that. I like that assessment there. I kind of thought about, he was looking at these names. He was kind of the first person I thought of, you know, in terms of who I was going to pick to win this and stuff. But that I don't know why I went away from him. But you make a good point, you know.
Yeah. I'm going Andrade. We'll see how it all unfolds. It's time to take a quote from Mr. Mark Henry for the main event.
All right.
For the AEW title, it's Gian. I'm not going to try it. Moxley against Chicago-made Punk. What do we got?
I again, you know, it's Punk's hometown and everything. I really liked what Mox has done with his second run of the title, you know, starting with when he beat Tanahashi at Forbidden Door. You know, and then obviously the shock of Mox's decisive win, you know, about a week and a half ago, you know, to unify, or whatever they want to call it, you know, basically become the undisputed AEW champion. But Punk, it's his hometown. If Punk loses here, it's going to be a while before he recovers, if he does. And I just feel like, you know, the crowd's going to want the hometown boy to get the win here, and I don't see any reason why. So I'm going to go with Punk, but I don't feel like Punk. I feel like the show is not going to close on Punk celebrating winning the title. And we'll talk about that after you guys give your predictions.
Man, all right, so we had the unification squash match. We had the back and forth great promos from each of them. But we're in Chicago, motherfuckers. And something that has had a feud and is building, and just enough so we don't get kicked off YouTube, motherfuckers. Oh yeah. We're talking Punk going over, getting the title back. And I think the big surprise of All Out, that shouldn't be much of a surprise, is after Punk gets that title win, we get MJF back. And we get MJF setting up a big feud against Punk, which is also reason why I went with Wheeler. Wheeler, I think, is a guy who'll get a lot of shine. Wheeler versus Punk at Grand Slam is a match that will be great. The old guy versus the young guy. Wheeler's going to look great. I think Punk will look good in that match too. Still get the win. But we're on path for a feud of CM Punk MJF for the world title. I don't doubt that.
Just so we're keeping it 100, that's why I said Andrade, because Andrade's already proven that he can carry an old man in a match.
Whoa! Wow.
With that, I'm taking CM Punk as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, Mox is a guy, and I said something like this before, I know too. Mox doesn't really fucking need a title.
No.
Mox is just the guy who comes out there, gets the huge pop, does his shit, can have a wild death match, can have whatever type of match, and win, lose, or draw, he's going to be great. He doesn't need to carry a title belt around to be the top guy of the company. No. So, and honestly, Punk's not that guy either. Punk can come out and have a feud anywhere, but just based off of their prior feud and all the shit that happened at Double or Nothing weekend between MJF and AEW as a whole, I think that's the direction we're going. MJF has been radio silent for months, and I think it's because of the Punk injury. Because in all honesty, Punk doesn't get injured. I think MJF versus CM Punk is happening at All Out.
Yeah.
100% agree with that.
It's like Punk versus himself right now from the past.
Right. And that feud was great. I mean, that's why we got the Ring of Honor entrance back in the spring. I mean, you got so many good things happening with it. So I think Punk is the choice to get the title back on him. They're going to I think it's going to be a good match. I honestly do. Well, what if it's a squash? It's not. That was all for the build. It was all for the build, all to get to that promo. And now they're going to have a really great match on Sunday night. And I think
60 minutes.
You know what?
Minutes.
So that was the thing about that promo. When Mox said that, it made me start to think, like, are we going to get a really long fucking match out of these two? And I wouldn't be surprised, because did anybody notice Punk's looking in great shape right now?
He's been hitting the Pilates.
Yeah, absolutely. Little Pilates, cut back on the Shake Shack as much as he possibly could for there's
stop to CM Punk ice cream bars.
It's no ice cream bars for the summer. So I don't know. I think we're gonna get a long match. I don't know if it's gonna go 60 minutes, but I think we might get at least a 30-minute match out of it.
That's what I'm thinking, is roughly about 30.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, we are going to do a quick finish since we're all tired. It's almost 2 hours. We don't like going that long sometimes. Final thoughts over this. No, you don't. 1 minute. Anyways, let's go ahead.
You only knew, you fuck.
Okay. So first off, before I give my final thoughts, you guys alluded to Andrade Alito's father-in-law. And I got a little bit of a gripe with the people behind StarCast. So I got delivered to my house today via UPS. I bought a program from, Ric Flair's last match. And I also got a Foley's pod print that they were selling at StarCast. You would think with two things like that, they would send in like an 11 by 17 or a 12 by 18 mailer. They sent the two items rolled up in a fucking 24 by 36 inch poster tube. So now I've had to spend all day trying to get those things flat so they don't roll up and stuff. So StarCast, you guys got to do better with your packaging. You don't send a program in an 11 by 17 print in a fucking poster tube. Send them in a nice big mailer envelope. Come on now.
Hashtag first world problems.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But no, going into this, it's just it's an amazing weekend. Like I said, for me it'll be 4 shows in 5 days, starting with Dynamite. I'll be at Rampage later tonight when this when this show airs. I'll be joined by the Hot One and a few other friends at GCW Saturday night, and then a bunch of us are going to be at All Out on Sunday. So it's just great weekend of great wrestling, hanging out with a lot of cool people. And like we always like to say, if you see us at the show, spear us?
I don't know. I'm going to try to stay awake for the whole event, to be perfectly honest with you. No, I probably will. The
You gotta
whole
stay
week.
awake not to be a one pump chump, buddy. Come on.
Hey, the fucking A1 since day one can go all night long, daddy. I don't have any problem there. I'm telling you right now, this guy, he can put the work in. We got the tools, we got the technology. Yeah, we can go. But out of all three cards, I'm looking most forward to All Out. To be truthful with you, I think it has the better card of anybody. NXT, I haven't been invested in fucking forever at this point. Clash of the Castle, just, I'm going to say this. I like the direction WWE's going. Every week there's shit on the shows that are, Raw and SmackDown, that are just like, oh, wow, I like this. I like this. I like this. More and more. It's getting more watchable. It's getting more enjoyable, in my opinion. And I really feel we're finally wrapping up some of these McMahon era storylines. And post Clash, we're going to start seeing, I think, in the coming weeks, a lot more build of the new Hunter regime storylines. We're already seeing it. I mean, Jesus Christ, the Riddle Rollins thing is a holdover, but the direction they're going now, as opposed to what it was before, is worth watching. There's a lot. So, but All Out, I'm mostly excited for that. I think it's going to be a great show. I'm very excited for a card that I know I just bitched about it a week ago, but we haven't had any build, and they slapped it together and made something really great. So I'm pumped. I'm very pumped for it.
Beautiful.
Take us home, Hot One. Give us your thoughts.
Closing thoughts, man. Whether it's AEW, NXT, WWE, GCW, any local promotion, it doesn't matter. We're all here for the one thing that we all love, and that's pro wrestling. To echo something that they had in Dynamite, enjoy pro wrestling, period. Point blank, period. This is the call to the IWC. Do better, because it's been a while. You might have forgotten. Do better. Watch your wrestling. Enjoy your wrestling. It doesn't matter. No gatekeeping. Don't gatekeep wrestling, because if there was someone to gatekeep, it'd be the Rain Man up here who could tell you that on the 30th episode of Raw, this person came out and its entrance was like 5 minutes long. So don't gatekeep. Love wrestling.
The only gatekeeper that needs to be around is Sigourney Weaver from Ghostbusters.
And to that, I am the key master. That is DDJ. That is the premier Joey K. We are Shootin' Shit, sometimes proudly presented by the Johners Podcasting Network. Thank you to the ladies out there in catering and to the guys out there in accounting today. Have a good night.
Safe driving, Jovan.
Appreciate it.
Do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Follow the show on Twitter at SHOOTINSHT, and thanks for listening.